some people are really attracted to the idea of business.
Yeah.
And starting their own legal practice. What are some of the realities they should know?
Yeah, the question I get asked is, can everybody be an entrepreneur, or should everybody be an entrepreneur? I'm going to borrow something that I read a while ago in Robert Kiyosaki's book. He talked about the cash flow quadrant, and he talked about people being an E, an S, a B, or an I. So E for employee, S for self-employed, B for business person, and I for investor, and all the character traits that those people have. So an E tends to ask questions like, how many weeks holiday do I get? And an S tends to say things like, I'm the only person who can do this job, self-employed. And B people tend to say things like, I'm looking for a general manager or a good CFO. And I people tend to say, investors, what's the rate of return? And the premise of Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant is that you want to be an I, and then you're freed from financial shackles. I think that's probably right, but there's also something else. I think you need to do a self-psych test about risk profile. And if you have a low risk profile, then it's probably not going to work out for you. If you have a high risk profile and a detachment policy to stuff, and if you have the ability to compartmentalise, then it's probably going to work out for you. What do I mean by this? I mean, if you can sleep at night once you've taken a risk, tick. If you can't, cross. If you lose shit and feel sad about it, cross. If you can lose some stuff and have complete attachment to it, tick. If you are able to compartmentalise things in your life, so when things go wrong, as they always do, you can compartmentalise that, put it away and deal with the next issue, tick. If you can't compartmentalise that and you catastrophise that scenario, cross. So that's sort of self-analysis work you need to do. And so I think that being honest at that point will determine whether you can give being an entrepreneur a true shot. Of course, there are plenty of examples, especially in the .com era we live in, that coders or programmers have invented whatever, an app or and managed to pull that off without any sort of sense of entrepreneurialism, perhaps or perhaps not. But those guys also were doing stuff they loved and were happy to not earn any money, and so it was like a Tath Lotto ticket. So if you've got commitments to outs like a mortgage and 3 children at private schools, and you need to earn money, then you need to know that unless you can tick the other boxes, you're going to have a lot of anxiety. So in short, I think entrepreneurialism is, I think the skill set of an entrepreneur can be learnt, but the emotional requirements of an entrepreneur are probably innate.